I opened my mouth and he shot his tongue in my throat. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. We're going to be doing a Q&A today. I put a poll up on my story a couple days ago asking you guys to send over some questions. I got a lot. We have some fitness stuff, nutrition stuff, and also just like random questions. So let's get into it. Question number one. What was your favorite show when you were a kid? My all-time favorite show was Blue's Clues. Some of you guys may not know what that is. But I was obsessed with Blue's Clues. I had a Blue's Clues room, Blue's Clues birthday parties. I can't say Blue's Clues with my lips because they're still frozen. But hands down, Blue's Clues was like my favorite TV show when I was a kid.
Oh, our clue is this crayon.
You should get a tattoo. I actually do have 3 tattoos. I want to get more tattoos this year. I've actually thought about getting a leg sleeve on my left leg, but that's a fucking commitment. And I just don't want to like wake up one day and look at my leg and be like, oh my god, I have a full fucking sleeve on my leg. But I do really want one. Do you have any cute friends for me? LMAO. Well, if I knew who you are or who you were, then probably send me a message and I can hook you up. Do you want kids eventually? Eventually, I do. I want 2 kids. I want an older boy and a younger girl. Who are your best girlfriends? I just honestly consider everyone that's my friend. I say that everyone that's my friend is like my best friend. But I would say probably my main best friends are Tasha. Me and my friend Tasha have been friends for years, ever since elementary school. We're still best friends to this day and we talk almost every day. And then my other best friend is Moira. Moira, you guys would have seen her. Winston, chill out, bubs. Come here. Get your boy over here. Boy, sit. Lay down. Just chill. Moira was on one of my previous videos where we did like a leg workout. That's Moira.
You're wearing a gray hoodie. You get the fuck away from me. Because you get away from me. Oh, you feel disgusting. Hear that, boys? I feel disgusting.
Moira is so fucking funny. I honestly have never met anyone like her in my entire life. And we're like such 2 different people. So that's why I think that we're like such good friends. She's like so outgoing, loud.
Oh yeah. 1 uterus for rent.
And I'm very much more like quiet, reserved, and kind of like held back. But she is one of my best friends too. We've only known each other for like 2 years. But Moira's like one of those people that like, if you needed something, she would literally drop anything that she was doing and show up to your doorstep. So I love Moira and Tasha. Those are probably like my 2 best friends. Dream job. I am working my dream job. I'm an online fitness coach. I absolutely love what I do, and I honestly don't see myself doing anything else. Any pets? Winston, come here. Come here. They want to see you. Come here. Want a treat? 1 second. I do. I have a dog. His name is Winston. He's a Frenchie. He's super cute. Okay, you can go back and do your thing. Are you coming back? Coming to stay? Okay, sweet. What are your online coaching prices? If you guys want to know my prices for online coaching, you can send me a message. I don't put my prices out online anywhere just because I don't want a bunch of random people joining the program. Like, I don't have a link where you can just like sign up on your own. I want to make sure that we're a good fit to work together. So if you guys have any questions about online coaching, my prices or anything like that, you guys can just send me a message over on my Instagram. Do you track macros? I do track macros. I've tracked macros honestly for like the past probably 4 or 5 years. Not like religiously, but definitely on and off. Anytime I'm working towards a specific goal, like if I'm trying to lean out a little bit, if I'm trying to build muscle, even when I'm just like maintaining too, I still will track. I just think it's better knowing how much you're actually eating. I mean, if you're not tracking, you literally have no clue how much you're actually eating. So I still do track to this day as well. How old are you? I'm 24. I turned 24 in January. I'm a Capricorn. What is the most expensive thing you own? Probably this guy right here. He eats like a mother and we're always having to go to the vet for him. Not for like serious health issues or anything like that. He's just a little bit stupid. So that's okay because he's super cute. Are you cutting, bulking, or maintaining right now? I'm not necessarily. I guess you could say I'm kind of cutting. I'm just eating a little bit below my maintenance calories. I'm not like in a massive deficit right now. I'm kind of just sitting around there. I really do want to go into a bulk because I want to compete next year. But in order for me to do that, I need to put on a decent amount of muscle this year. But it's also hard because like summer's coming up and I kind of want to be a little bit leaner for summertime. But yeah, right now, like as of right now, I'm just eating just below my maintenance. Who was the last person you texted? Let's go check. Moira, how did you build your confidence? This is actually a good question. So I, even just like looking last year, I struggled a lot with confidence. I struggled a lot with like negative self-talk. And honestly, I think the biggest thing with confidence is that people always think that in order to feel confident, they need to achieve like a certain body image related goal. Like people think, oh, if I lose 10 pounds, I'm going to feel more confident. If I have less body fat, I'm going to feel more confident. If I have a bigger ass, I'm going to feel more confident. But really that doesn't like determine how confident you're going to be at all, because you can even look at someone and you're like, oh my god, they have the nicest body I've ever seen, but that person can still feel not confident. So I think the biggest thing is like you build confidence. You have more confidence when you have a stronger relationship with yourself. So when you're showing up for yourself every day through workouts, eating right, feeling your body properly, keeping promises to yourself, you have more self-respect for what you allow in your life and how you allow others to treat you. Basically, the stronger the relationship is with yourself, the more self-esteem you're going to have, and the more confident you're gonna feel. So for me, what I did is I started following like nighttime and morning routines and holding really strong to my boundaries there, making sure that in the mornings I'm getting myself aligned and focused going into my day. Another thing too was just making sure that I was showing up to every single workout. If I said I was gonna work out that day, I went to work out. If I said I was gonna do cardio that day, I was gonna go do cardio that day. And that is how you build up confidence. Do you have any exes and what are their names? I do have exes and I'm not gonna give them a shout out on here. What can you do if you've hit a weight loss plateau? So there's a couple things that you can do. I would say if you have been losing weight consistently and you've been in a deficit for a long period of time, I would probably take a diet break. So some people like doing diet breaks, some people like doing refeeds like for a day. I personally like doing diet breaks, so I'll take a full week where I'll raise calories back up to maintenance, and that's personally what I do with my own clients. I've just found that it works better than doing just a refeed for one day. So yeah, in this case then I would do a diet break personally, so take a week where you eat at your maintenance and then go back into your deficit after. I like a girl at the gym. How can I start a conversation and ask for her number or her Insta account? Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you what not to do. Do not, I think it's just like weird, like approaching someone at the gym. Sometimes it's just weird. Like I would wait for a chance that you guys can have like a genuine conversation. Like for example, Mister, you little shit, come here. There we go. That's a good boy. I think it's weird if someone tries to approach you like mid-workout. I wouldn't suggest doing that. I don't think it's weird like if you guys are like both coming into the gym or both leaving the gym, like you could say hi. I do think it's kind of weird when you find a girl's social media. Like I've had sometimes people from the gyms I go to, they like find my social media account through the gym account and they'll send me a message. They'll be like, hey, like just saw you at my gym, like wanted to like say hi, we should work out together sometime. That's fucking creepy. Don't do that. Just like go up to them and talk to them in person, either like on the way into the gym or on the way out. Tell us about your first kiss. My first kiss is actually a very funny story. So I thought that when you would watch people like make out on a TV, you'd see like their mouths open, right? But I didn't realize that when they were doing that, like people would put like their tongue in each other's mouths. So my very first kiss, I remember I went to like, I guess this would be like my very first like makeout session. I opened my mouth and he shot his tongue in my throat and I was so shocked. I was so disgusted. I was like, what the f just happened? And I went and told my friends after. I was like, oh my god, what the hell just happened? And they're like, that's how you kiss. But I literally thought that you would just kiss with your mouth like open, basically just like, I don't even know. You guys can imagine what I'm trying to say. Thoughts on the German volume training trend? It's super popular right now on TikTok and Instagram. It is super popular, and I think, I mean, this may be an unpopular opinion, but I probably wouldn't do it. I wouldn't suggest other people doing it. I think German volume training, I mean, if you want to just like do it for fun and get in the gym and challenge yourself, sure. Would I be doing it every single leg day session? No, because you're gonna have a fuck ton of junk volume. 10 sets is super unnecessary. I personally wouldn't do it. Have you ever given someone a hickey? Yes, I definitely have. I actually have another funny story for this one too. This one's kind of bad, but when I was in high school, I was in like grade 10 and I went to my friend's, we were like family friends. I went to his grad barbecue. So he had grad the next day and he had like a barbecue where everyone came over. Anyways, we ended up, We ended up like making out at the grad barbecue, and I gave him a bunch of hickeys all over his neck the night before his grad day, because back then I guess I just thought it was like cool to give someone a hickey. I don't know. And the poor guy had like purple hickeys all over his neck on his grad day. It's so bad, but it's so funny. It always makes me laugh when I think about it. Do you have any regrets from your past? I mean, I don't have regrets. I definitely have things that I look back and I'm like, I probably shouldn't have done that, or I wish I did something differently in that situation, but I don't necessarily have any regrets. This is like a super cliche answer, but like, I personally just think that every single thing that you do, whether it turns out good or bad, is always a chance to learn a lesson. And if I hadn't gone through the things that I've gone through or done the things that I've done, I wouldn't have learned those lessons, and I wouldn't be who I am or where I am today. So things that I probably shouldn't have done, yeah. Regrets, no. Can I lose weight without tracking my macros or my calories? You totally can, but it's going to be a much longer process, and it's going to be much more efficient if you are tracking your calories or your macros, whatever you prefer, just because you're going to know how much you're actually eating. If you're wanting to lose weight without tracking calories, just making small changes in your diet, like trying to eat more whole foods, trying to eat more high volume foods, so foods that are lower in calories but are going to have more volume, like lean meats, fruits, veggies, things like that, and then also just like increasing your daily activity too. Do you get filler or anything else done to your face? I do. I get filler and Botox. I've had filler. I just had an appointment today. My face is still kind of frozen. I've had filler in my chin. I topped up my chin again today. I've had a lot of filler done to my lips. If you guys knew me before, I had like no upper lip. It was scary. So yeah, I've had filler in my lips, and then I also do get Botox. I get a lip flip because it just helps to naturally kind of keep my upper lip like perked up, I guess you could say. So I don't always have to get filler in my upper lip. And then I also do get Botox in my forehead as well. How long have you been coaching? I became a trainer, oh my god, the year of COVID. And the year of COVID, I started working at a gym. I started working at Anytime Fitness as like a personal trainer. And I trained in person for about 7 to 8 months. I did really like training in person. The only thing is that, one, you get capped out with the amount of hours that you can put in, because obviously we only have 24 hours in a day. So I'd get capped out with the amount of hours that I could put in and the amount of clients that I could take on. And also too, it's really hard to make a living doing personal training, especially if you're working for a gym like Anytime Fitness or anything like that. And I kind of just was at a point where I wanted to reach a much larger scale. I wanted to work with people all over the world, and I wanted to switch to being more online. And then I became a coach 2 Junes ago. So I guess it would be 2 full years coming up this June. So yeah, I would say I've been doing it for about 2.5 years, just under 3 years. Have you always wanted to be a coach? No, I actually did not want to be a coach. I originally went to school because I wanted to be a dental hygienist, and I don't know why I did that, because I had no passion about being a dental hygienist. All I knew back then, I was like, okay, I know that I can get into healthcare, and it's not being a nurse. I didn't want to be a nurse. Nurses are amazing, but I could not do the stuff that nurses have to do. It's just, they're amazing, but it's just not for me. And then I knew I didn't have to go to school as long as you had to go for being a dentist. So I was like, I'm gonna be a dental hygienist. And within my second year, I dropped out. Well, actually failed out of university because I hated the courses I was taking. Failing out was actually a blessing. What's your biggest fear? Okay, I have 2 big fears. Actually, I would say I have like 1 big fear. I would say my biggest fear is flying. Like, I do good with flying. I can go on a plane and I can like fly places, but I always have this fear that I'm going to be in a plane crash. I don't know why. I probably shouldn't even say that out loud, but I am like fucking terrified of being in a plane crash. And I do it to myself though. Like, I'll be about to go on a plane and we'll literally go on TikTok. This is fucked up, but I'll go on TikTok and we'll look at like plane crash simulators and freak myself out. I don't know why. It's fucking weird, but I would say being in a plane crash is like my biggest fear. Are you still planning to compete, and what made you want to do that? Just curious. Yeah, so I am still planning to compete. I definitely am not 100% ready to compete like right this second. My goal, I wanted to compete actually in summer shredding this year, but I think I just need a little bit more time to build on some muscle. I don't really want to rush into things too quickly. The whole reason why I wanted to compete is because I was kind of just feeling like I hit a point with my training where like going in the gym to just like work out, or like wanting to like shred down for summer and build up during the winter, like it just wasn't like exciting for me. Like I'm someone who like I'm very goal oriented, and I need something that I'm like working towards, or else I lose motivation super quickly. Like it's hard for me to just do something just to do it. I need a really good reason why I'm going to be in there doing what I need to do. That's kind of why I decided I wanted to do it. How many times a week should I be going to the gym? This is going to be so dependent on the individual. It totally depends on, I would just say, how much time you have to dedicate to the gym. I would, if you have no idea where to start, I would start with a super realistic goal of maybe 3 to 4 times a week, because you can always build up from there to like 5 days a week if you really wanted to. I was just starting. If you've never been to the gym before, I would start with a goal of like maybe 2 to 3 times a week. Once you're hitting 3 times a week, if you're like, oh my god, this is awesome, I want to bump up another day, I know I could do it, then add in a 4th day. And same thing, if you're hitting 4 days a week and you're like, oh my god, this is awesome, I know that I could do a 5th day, add in a 5th day. But I think that's the best way to go about it, aside from trying to just like pick a workout split and then trying to like go from never being in the gym to trying to go like 5 days a week. Sometimes it can just be a little overwhelming, and then you just set yourself up for failure. How can I stay motivated to go to the gym? I'm struggling to find motivation. So lack of motivation comes from lack of clarity. So just like I was saying before, for me, if I didn't have a real reason to go to the gym, I really struggled to get up and go to the gym. You need to have an actual reason why you're doing something. And if you break down the word motivation, you have motive and you have ation. So motive is a reason to do something, and ation is, I believe, action. I actually have something on my Instagram about this. Let me pull it up.
A few moments later.
So yeah, when you break down, I made a post about this a while ago. If you break down the word motivation, you have a motive, which is that which incites to an action, and you have the suffix ation, which is denoting an action or an instance of it. So in order to have motivation, you need to have a clear reason and an important reason of why you're doing something, and you need to actually put the action behind it. Action inspires more actions. What are your hobbies? I literally go to the gym, I work, and hang out with Winston. Those are my hobbies. No, but I'm actually trying to get myself to go out and do more things, because I spent the last year just work, and it was awesome. I built up my business a lot. I'm really proud of myself for a lot of the things I accomplished last year, but I didn't really do a lot of things outside of that. So I'm challenging myself. I'm gonna actually make a series about this on TikTok, but this would actually be a good series to kind of film on here as well, where I'm making myself try one new thing every single week on Saturdays, and I just pull out of a jar like a random activity to do, so I can try and find some other hobbies, because you need to have a good work-life balance, and I did not have a good work-life balance last year. Should I use a resistance band around the tops of my knees when I'm doing hip thrusts? Nope, because it's going to do literally nothing. How did you pick the name DC Fit for your business? I really just took my Instagram name, which is Desiree Clark _fit, but obviously I didn't want that to be my business name, so I literally just took my initials, DC Fit, and it sounds sick, so it just kind of stuck. Do you want to do coaching forever? I do. I think coaching is definitely what I'm going to do for the long run. I have a lot of goals and a lot of plans for what DC Fit's going to be and what it's going to kind of change into over the next couple years. So I'm super excited for what's to come. Any plans to travel this year? I do. That was like one of my biggest goals, to travel. I went to Houston at the beginning of the year, and so far I don't have any other plans yet. I'm planning to go back to Houston again for summer shredding in October. I wanted to compete, but I think I'm going to wait for next year to do it, just to allow myself to put on more muscle, like I said before. Possibly Australia. I have a coaching event that's going on. I just haven't decided if I'm going to go or not yet, but I might just bite the bullet and say yes, because I mean, like, that would be such a cool opportunity. Are you going to do another 6-week challenge? We are going to be doing another 6-week challenge. We're going to be doing our next challenge. It's going to start on March 13th, so there's still 1 week left to sign up. You get a gym or home workout program to follow. You get customized macros, weekly check-ins, full support, and access to our private client community. So if you guys want to take advantage of that, I'm going to put the application link to that down below for you guys. But that is it for the questions. We've pretty much filtered through all of them, so I'm going to let you guys go. Make sure to like, subscribe if you guys haven't already, and I will see you guys back here next week.